when my first escrow office win, and she called me for $250, right, signing, I flipped that and I called up one of my sorority sisters.
If someone knows what they want and they know that you have it, then what's left to agree upon? When can you come? That's the question I'm wondering.
Let's talk about notary.
I'll give an example of what that looks like in the notary.
Fascinating. From the international best-selling author Tiger Toledo, The Rise of the Smart Notary. The notary business will never be the same again. This book is designed and engineered to help notaries cash flow their business. And as a #1 new release on Amazon and hit the top 5 bestsellers list, this is the perfect gift for this holiday season. Buy one now for yourself and a fellow notary public. Available now on Amazon. Grab your copy today. And if this book doesn't make you money, you can block us.
If you're feeling the vibe, join the tribe and subscribe.
That was good. Okay, go. Get out of here. We do.
We got the thing here.
Did you ever think that, like, when you started this whole movement with the notary industry, it would get as big as it did?
You know, I hope so. Because I knew that we needed low barriers of entry businesses that we could start that could help us leave the fucking full-time workforce. And I said, if we could keep it simple enough, keep it flashy enough, we could do something here. Because even now till this day, people still don't know what the fuck we do, Tiger.
Facts.
Fascinating.
In 2021. So I had a feeling, and once I saw a few of you guys get hot, I was like, okay, this thing is gonna live. This thing is gonna live, and we're gonna keep it lit. And pour some Henny for your boy.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, I did the Notary War Room with our boy Donald Gadsden.
Donald, he was on yesterday. That's my man. You know I love Donald, man.
We were just saying, we were giving
Tech, what up, Tech?
Your flowers and just giving you a shout out and saying how you are the godfather and OG. Like, seeing another brother do what you're doing was mesmerizing to us because we never knew about this industry. So to hear you deliver the way you delivered, and you didn't have no filter, no cap, it was like, yo, this is what it is. Y'all want to get down with this business or what? I'm with you. And for me, you changed so much, because I'll tell you exactly what happened, man. I was and for everybody that's tuning in, you guys are tuning in to like the pre-show prelude, like you get to talk to Oprah Winfrey and shit in the beginning, right? But I remember driving the truck, man. I came from Iowa, and it was the morning. It was like early morning. And I discovered a video that said, you are the 5 people closest to you, right? And I started calling people, and I say, hey, can you help me get out of this situation? I want to get out of being a truck driver. Can you help me? And out of the 5 phone calls that I made, none of them were able to help me.
Wow.
So I was like, man, I'm in a bad place, right? So I really took your course, and I was like, I don't know him, he doesn't know me. This is like my only way out. And I studied the course. I studied your course. I studied the Notary Business School so intently. I like lived in there, right? I set up my futon and shit. Because I'm in the truck for like 15 hours, right? So there's nothing, I could either watch YouTube videos and see some ratchet shit, or I can learn this thing. And then when I finally had a chance to break out of it, it was like, here I am today. So thank you so much, dude. You're the only one that rescued me out of a dead-end job, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And it's an honor to see you grow, see what built with the War Room and the signing agency and the courses, man, it's just a proud, very fulfilling. And people oftentimes look for happiness. Happiness is cool, right? But it's fleeting.
Yeah.
Personal fulfillments last longer than happiness. And seeing what you created and our crew created, it gives my life a lot of purpose. It gives my life a lot of purpose, and it showed that crazy pays off. Because when I started this, I don't know if you guys know this, people laughed at my business. People laughed at what I did all the time. Woman who I was talking about what I was doing. Oh, like, oh, you're notary. So that's tough.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship wasn't as sexy, Tiger and the gang. Yo, Tech, what up?
Tech, what up, baby?
Even 7, 8, 10 years ago, it wasn't that sexy for our people.
Yeah.
So now to where entrepreneurship is a general conversation amongst our people nowadays, that to the point where if you aren't talking about retirement, a business, some passive income, e-com, real estate, like you're kind of whack now.
Yeah.
So to see where we are as the people, I'm loving it, T. I'm loving it, man.
You know, it's so amazing because when we were doing the Notary War Room with Donald Gatson yesterday, he was talking about how he was so happy to be part of this movement, right? This Black wealth renaissance movement that's going on right now. And it's amazing because you're leading, and shout out to man, his name fleets me right now, the one that put you on the game, right? Yo,
Ricky Salmon, Ricky Savage,
man.
Shout out Ricky.
To Ricky, man. You know, I had a chance to meet Ricky on your 5-year anniversary, and he put you on the game. You took the ball and ran with it on a relay race, right? And it took it to a whole nother level where he didn't even imagine it would be that big.
I don't think he did. Because a lot of people, because a lot of people who he told about it didn't act on it. I was one of the few. Who acted on what he was teaching. So for him, it was kind of like, wow, like someone really followed through with this thing.
Yeah.
Somebody really followed through, and I followed through, and I ran, Tiger. I fucking ran with this shit because I just didn't see it, man. I was making $100 a day. Literally $100 a day. Doing very noble work. Working with special needs kids.
Right, you was in the school system.
I was in the school system, same old school system that I went to. And I always knew there was a better way for me to make more money. And when I have a friend, he calls me Mr. Practical, right? Because if it just makes sense, I just go with it. If I can't understand it, I don't do complicated shit. It makes my head hurt. It just makes my head hurt. I've just gotten good at mastering simplicity and simple stuff. So when Ricky because he had told numerous people about it, but I was the first one, I think. Damn, and I'm 39 next month, T. I was 23. I was 23, T.
Right.
And he was impressed that I was the first one that ran with it. And it made his life easier too, because he was able to dish me some work and keep some accounts and leverage some of that middleman money. So to see where we are now, all these years later, how many people do you think that we've taught over the past 5 years?
Dude, you alone have you alone probably changed at least 2,000 to 3,000 people, minimum 2,000 to 3,000, because just off of the connection of one person to another.
Yeah.
I talk to people like every day, and they're like everywhere. It doesn't matter what state they're coming from, bro. I kid you not. You are international for sure. People like Andre Hatchett this, Andre Hatchett that, Andre. And I want to say thank you because you did something that completely changed the trajectory of what I was doing. You allowed me to teach a class on your platform.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize the magnitude of like the reach and the powerful impact you had on people until I taught a class, and then I started getting phone calls from people saying, "Hey, I saw you on Andre Hatchett's teaching a class." I'm like, oh shit. He was like, yeah, I just saw it. It's the one that you did in Iowa. I was like, I did like 2.5 years ago, dude. But
good content lives on.
It was amazing, bro. So like whenever I have the chance to like teach on a notary business school, dude, I am on like 5 of these joints right here. I'm like all the way the fuck up, right?
No, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you still teaching, even though you have your own platform. I appreciate you still coming back and showing love to the old homie and the crew. So I appreciate you.
Oh no, man. We cling now, man. And you know, and a lot of people don't know, right? Mm-hmm. You had partnered up in a business which was called Buy Black NYC. Yeah. That's when I first heard about you, bro. My homies in Brooklyn was telling me about you.
That was 13, 14, dude. 2013 or so. Shit, yeah.
And those are street niggas. So
street niggas fuck with me.
Street niggas, I mean, I was like, hold up, Buy Black NYC. I mean, like they was going hard for your company, right?
Yeah.
That's how I first got wind. This was way before the notary side. Mm-hmm. Like years before the notary side. And I was like, yo, have you heard about this Buy Black NYC? I was like, yo, this the movement out here. The next thing I know, I wind up getting the Black Wealth boot camp with Dr. Boyce Watkins. Shout out to Dr. Boyce.
Shout out to Boyce.
And he introduced you. And I'm like, okay, notary. I never heard about that. This seems like one of those unicorn type of businesses. Let me look into it. And I just kept seeing you pop up all of these different places. Your game, your marketing game is sick.
Fam, thank you for that. I was going stupid, dumb ham for like 3-4 years, where if you are Black and on the web, you had to see me.
Right.
I was on everyone's podcast. I was interviewing people. Here's what I was doing that a lot of people don't do, T. I was doing a lot of free work that I could have gotten paid for. I was just doing it just to show up.
Yeah. Here's a tidbit that a lot of people don't know. Your notary business school used to be the Black Notary Business School.
It did.
You went hard. You was going so hard in the paint with the like, hey, look, I'm building this academy for Black people. Like, you put it in the name and everything.
Oh yeah. I wanted to give us an advantage. So I in my general conversations in life, I talk like I'm talking to Black people. And most of them, I talk like I'm talking to Black men. Because I feel that there's so much other nonsense being told to us directly. I need to be as direct as I can to our people about the positive shit.
Indeed.
Facts.
You did something like, dude, your evolution is like that old saying goes, success leaves clues, right?
It does.
You know, I am like, you know, I have no shame in saying it. Like you're my mentor, my sensei. Like I follow what you do because you a hitter. You a hitter at the end of the day. So one of the things I remember was you had did a live show. You had did a live class, and there was a guy that was like, hey, I guess he was asking about why were you changing your name to the Notary Business School and removing the word black, right? And you was like, hey, look, man, trust me, there ain't nobody more black than me.
That was years ago.
You said, dude, I swear, because it was life-changing, because he was like, I can name all my business black this, black that, black that, but it's all about the effort and what I put behind it. And it resonated with me because it was like, you can play the whole black role, but once people see your delivery and they see your content, they know, like, this guy's making content for me.
Yeah, that's intentional. That's damn. How do you remember this stuff?
Dude, I got a memory of an elephant, man.
That's a good one, man. We need so now it's become more popular. But let me tell you another thing. I only started to do public work because I wasn't happy with the representation that I saw with our people. That's the only reason I started to do public work. I just didn't want to call out. I don't like calling out other people if I'm not calling out myself. So I just started to do some YouTube, started to do some Facebook, just continuing to get what I considered a positive message out there. There weren't that many people, younger Black men especially, doing it. So I just did it, and I might have slowed down a little bit, but I don't feel like I stopped. And here we are.
Like I said, man, your marketing game is sick. Shout out
in
to
the war room.
Boom. You know, hey, again, this is the offspring of all of the stuff that you've been doing. This is you know, like, you're actually looking at something that you inspired, that you have, your work, your body of work has spawned out the Notary War Room, right? I was who was I talking to?
You had everybody.
I think it was Misguided out there in San Francisco, California. Okay. I was telling him, no, I'm sorry. I was talking to David Billard of Black Wealth Renaissance.
David, that's my man.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I am Andre's hitman. I was like, anybody come at Andre, I'm getting at him, like no filter, nothing. Like, I'm that dude. Like, Andre can act professional if he want to, and then out comes Tiger Toledo and shit. This nigga is just cursing people out on the gram. He's doing videos showing people, grown men in bikinis. Like, he's just completely terrorizing your very existence, because you made me into a made man, right? So because you made me into a made man, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna protect the dude that made me into the made man.
I appreciate it, fam. I appreciate it greatly. That means a lot.
So we got quite a few people on the Notary War Room. So let's get right into it. We
got my queen in here, Tiger. The lady's in here, Farley. That's my woman. What's up, honey?
Who's this?
That's my woman.
Farley, is this the what's the nationality?
Haitian. Only got one woman, so yeah. That's
okay. Ça passe, Farley. Come on here.
Tiger.
Come on here, madame.
Et vous-même?
Muy bien.
Oh, nice.
I saw the pictures of you guys, so you already know I was throwing the Haitian flag and a bunch of gunshots in the air. I said, Jamaican avec Haitien.
Perfect match.
Oh, we switching it up on you there, Andre. I apologize.
Hey, it's all good. Y'all have your little vibe going. I dig it.
Just in case people didn't think I was a real Haitian, I had to let it be known. Zo Pound. So so let's get right into it. Peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo, and you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. You heard, and you are tuning into the Notary War Room. Today we have my super guest, the season finale, Andre C. Goddamn Hatchett. Goddamn it. Wow. Money rain on you, baby. May money continue to flow into your life in great abundance. May you never see a goddamn drought. made a cocaine flow.
Oh, shit.
may there always be happiness and fulfillment in your life. I want to give you flowers while you are here, brother.
Yes, sir.
I will even give you plastic flowers so they last longer. God
Oh,
damn
that's
it.
real. Thank you.
Shout out to Artificial. So let's get right into it, man. If you don't know who this guy is, if you are on this platform today, the Notary War Room, it has been inspired by this guy. If you have taken any master class, any classes that I've taught, or you follow me on Instagram, it is because of this guy. None of this stuff would have ever taken place if it wasn't for this guy. I want you guys to understand something. I'm paying homage to the very man that rescued me from the corporate plantation, which I fucking hated. I absolutely hated. After I was driving a truck, I was working at an engineering firm in a damn cubicle. I was miserable. This guy took the time out to develop an academy, which is called the Notary Business School. I took that class in its early inception. Like I probably was like, one of the first 20 that actually bought the course. And ladies and gentlemen, it changed my life. It changed my life. And today, 4 years later, I'm able to have this Notary War Room and all of these other programs and stuff and help other notaries along the way because of this guy. So help me welcome, give a big round of applause for Mr. Andre C. Hatchett, ladies and gentlemen. Brother, for the ones that don't know who you are, please tell them who you are.
Man, I think I can't beat that. I should just leave now because I can't top that entry. Thank you, Brother Tiger. Who am I? I'm currently 38, soon to be 39-year-old. Hardcore pro-Black dude, hardcore entrepreneur. And I try to mesh those two together whenever humanly possible. Been an entrepreneur since I was a kid, sold lemonade in school. So had lemonade stands, sold candy in school, had people selling candy for me in school, shovel snow in the winters. Left the full-time workforce for good through this business 11 years ago. I haven't had a job in 11, going on 12 years from this business. Now, I've done other things. I'm an investor, own some property, some other cool stuff. But this has been my most consistent business that I've ever had. The day I had my stamp in my hand, Tiger, I made $47 in 20 minutes, and I was hooked. And that day at work, I made $100 for that whole day.
For a whole shift.
A whole 6, 7, 8 hours, and $47 in 20 minutes. Shout out to the notary business.
Yes, yeah, I tell you, like, that the notary business was the business that got me out of the engineering firm, being able to, like, because it didn't make any sense. I'm making more money for a short amount of time than I was making money, working a whole shift. It didn't make any sense, any logical sense. So when they messed up my pay one day, it was like, great, don't be mad. I'm happy you guys messed up my pay. See you later. I already cleared out my desk. And I ain't never looked back since. I was actually happy and relieved that they messed up on my paycheck because it gave me a reason to skip daddle out of that joint. So we get a lot of newbies that come on here that are just like, hey, is the notary business saturated? What would you say?
No, hell no. I get it too, all the damn time. Oh, I'm in California. Oh, I'm in St. Louis. I haven't seen anybody, Tiger, in all of the years who've applied our knowledge who haven't made money. The only people who don't make money are the people who fuck up what we tell them to do.
Yes.
If you keep this thing simple enough, Don't add all your fancy ass flair. So have your flair for your other shit. This, structure it, center it, start it, expand it, grow it. The only people who don't make money are the people who fuck it up.
Indeed, indeed. So we have a lot of people that have full-time jobs, part-time jobs, never experienced the entrepreneurial life before, right?
Yep.
They read about all of this glamour and glitz. Oh my God, you get all of this free time here and you're doing all of this stuff. I'm like, all this foo-foo shit that's going on about being an entrepreneur. And then when they actually walk into that space, they're like, hey, hey, I've been bamboozled, hoodwinked. This is not what the book said. What can you give them as a crash course on being an entrepreneur, especially in this space that we're in?
One of the best things you could do when you start your journey is go all in when you start. The freedom, the time freedom will come later once you structure, systematize, and grow it. So I'm at the office now. You're at the office now. If we have a notary job come in via text message or email, there's somebody who we can send it to, or we can reply back when we're done, and we'll still get paid when we don't have to do the job, right? For some people, that might happen sooner than later. But if you go all in early on, you'll have that kind of freedom that will come down the line. Where I went wrong when I left the full-time workforce, the first time is, I remember one day sitting down eating ice cream. I think I was at my mom's that day, and my sister was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I quit my job, I'm chilling." So that wasn't the right thing to do at 12 at 11 o'clock. It was eggnog, it was really good too. But that wasn't the right thing to do at the time. I should have gone disgustingly all in on what I was doing. And a lot of people, the job is good in a sense because it forces you to work and to focus on the time when you're off of the job. A lot of people have too much time freedom and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to structure the time freedom. So go all in early on, all the fancy stuff that you might see me doing sometimes on Instagram. It's gonna come, but it's gonna come a little bit later than you think it is.
Indeed. I was, I bought this book, right, on Audible. I'm gonna show it to you. So the audience don't think I'm bull crapping on this here. I bought the Iceberg Slim Pimp book. Pimp, right? And what's interesting about that, and of course I don't endorse any type of pimping or anything like that on for women, but the story was absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating, right? And one of the main things that I got from that story is that he needed a coach. He needed a coach. He needed someone to guide him into being, you know, this world phenomenon or whatever. But he seeked out coaches. And one of the things that I've seen that a lot of notaries do is that they wing it. What do you say about that?
Once I start to pay for people's intellectual property, their time, their information, their courses, whatever, their workshops, my life expanded. There's oh so far free will get you. And the time in which it takes you to get good at the free, you wasted 6 months, 8 months, 2 years figuring out on your own. What's your cheapest course now?
What's that?
What's your cheapest course?
Cheapest course is a one-time payment of $49, and then they get like 3 courses.
Okay. And what's the highest price?
$14,000.
That's why they're good. How many months have you made? Let's just go with $6,000 a month. How many months have you made over $6,000 a month?
Oh shit, we hitting that now.
Bingo. Me paying Tiger, let's just go in the middle, right? $2 grand, $3 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand, whatever. For him to save me those 6, 8, 12, a year and a half that it will take me to figure out on my own is a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
I'm happily doing it. And I'm going to take the information I'm going to take the information more seriously because I paid for it. Don't try to skimp or cut corners. Go directly to the source, get what they got, go make money.
Yeah. And that's actually what helped me out, bro. I kid you not. Because this in Illinois, Chicago, it's very easy to get your notary
license,
credentials, right? I mean, you put in a couple of paperwork, send a couple of money orders, boom, you're a notary and shit. But then what? Then what? You sit like, okay, I got my stamp, I got my journal. What's going on with the phone? My phone's not ringing. And you're wondering why it's so hard for you to get business. Invest in yourself. I can't explain that any better. And take that little bit of money. Yeah, all right. If things are tight, shit, nigga, come on. You guys are spending money on bullshit anyway. I know because I spend money on bullshit. I spent over $1,200 at Starbucks. Goddamn Howard Schultz, you guys. But to be able to invest and get the knowledge from people, especially people, pay attention to this, people that have skin in the game.
Yes.
Because I've noticed there's been a lot of imposters
everywhere. Yeah,
that have been popping up, and they're really good professors. They're really good theorizers. They're like, well, we studied Andre Hatchett's course, and Andre says you should do this. But have they actually rolled out a notary agency before? No. Have they actually been a notary? No. They just know how to theorize the actual process of the things. So if you have a chance to, I mean, getting a coach is even better, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to California Notary Agency, Renee. She's my protege, Andre.
Shout out Renee. Congratulations.
She's killing the game, bro. I probably like cut off my coaching because of her. Like I'm not even doing coaching anymore. I'm like, all right, I got a winner. I'm out of here. But you know, if it wasn't for your course, I probably would have made at least 2 to 3 years of mistakes, trying to bump my head against the wall, trying to figure things out, being pissed off, high anxiety, high stress level, spinning my wheels in the mud, trying to figure everything out. So, yeah, getting into a course and getting a coach is imperative.
And it's easier to quit when you don't have accountability. If you know you got something, a program, it's like if you have some live classes there, you know you have a community to kind of kick you in the butt if you need to kick it in the butt. Sometimes that's what people need. They need to know that Tuesday at 7 o'clock, someone's going to be there to tell them, even if it's the same thing they already learned before, they might need to hear it again.
Yeah. So when you're rolling out the whole, because I know you have a class coming up, don't you?
We have class tonight. Yeah, we have class tonight. Yeah.
Oh, you got a class coming out tonight. So like, what's that class about?
This is the sign and stamp with confidence class. So this is where we go over how to notarize the exact documents. I think we're going to do a loan closing packet tonight. So for some people, they get the marketing, they get the advertising, they get the good logo, they get all that stuff, right, T? But they're nervous and they get hung up. Where do I sign? Where do they stamp? And they freeze because they say that I don't want to mess. I know you hear that. I don't want to mess up. First, and I'm saying, okay, I get you don't want to mess up. So let's go through this. And here's the thing: you can't get fired if you mess up. You might have to give a refund. You might have to do it over again. But no one's going to fire you.
Yeah.
You got to get out there to make this thing happen. Hey, honey, you got to get out there to make this thing happen. You got to do it. She is actually a newly commissioned notary. Hit your money gun, Tiger, please.
You heard?
Yes, I am. Thank you. And I am being held accountable by Andre, of course.
Yes.
Separate opposites. I'm the perfectionist, so I'm getting a good push.
So what advice would you give, Farley, to new notaries that are jumping into the game right now and they're trying to figure things out for themselves?
You're on mute, honey. I don't know if you're on mute on purpose.
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to newbies? Because we get a lot of new notaries that are like, "Hey, I heard about this industry," and some of them are actually getting, I guess, shiny object syndrome, right? They're like, "Oh, it just seems like the latest fad. It looks like cool. It looks real cool, and I just want to jump into it." They have no clue what they're jumping into. What kind of advice would you give to people that are looking into getting into this notary industry right now?
I would say, like Andre said, just start. Don't worry about the information. I remember the first thing I did was pack up maybe 5 to 7 notary history books for no reason. So
okay,
but just start and work with a coach for your state. And I'm with the best. So
indeed.
I'm all right.
So Farley, you already got your stamp and your commission and everything?
I actually just got licensed a couple of days ago, was it? So I'm getting my stamp this week.
Gotcha. So, okay, I'm gonna tap into the inner workings of the notary business school. What is, if you can name one thing that was powerful that you heard Andre tell you about the notary industry, what would that be? What is your biggest
you're a good
takeaway?
interviewer, by the way.
Is it about me?
No filter, baby. I don't have NBC and ABC telling me, "Hey, don't ask that shit." What would you say is your biggest takeaway from what Andre have told you about the notary industry?
I guess I would say what attracted me to was the freedom in creating, I guess, your life. It's on your terms. Like right now, I'm actually working still. And I'm on the clock, and I just feel like I'm in a prison. So I'm looking to get my time back.
What a feeling that is.
We're gonna free you, baby. We got you.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, Andre, the biggest takeaway there's a lot of takeaways I've gotten from you, brother. But the biggest takeaway was when you made a video, and I don't even think you ever repeated that. It was just one video that you literally said this, and I actually put it in the Rise of the Smart Notary book.
Pick it up, everybody. Gotta order that.
Do not think as a notary, think as a business owner.
Oh, I did.
Kaboom!
I did say that.
Bro, you dropped a missile in my brain. It was like, boom!
Your memory is stupid, by the way. I literally probably said that once.
Once in all of your videos, you probably have a hell of an archive. You said that once, and it changed everything for me. And from that very point, I was able to see the difference between notaries that seen the industry as a notary versus a person that sees it as a business owner.
Bingo.
And it was amazing because, and you guys that are on here really take that into consideration. Look at this business as a business owner, not a notary. Bingo. Can you explain that a little bit?
When people look at it as a notary, they look at it as, generally speaking, that they're gonna stamp a document, which is cool. Like, that's one level. Have somebody meet you, stamp a document. Level 2, you go meet somebody, charge a travel fee, let's call it $125, stamp a document. When you look at it as a business, you can have 10 calls come in 1 hour, 10 notaries go out there, the client paid you $125, you're paying each notary $75. You're making $50 off of 10 appointments. That's a business, dude.
Yeah.
That's a fucking business. That's attainable, that's doable. Let's even say you do 3, 5 of those jobs a day. Let's say you do 5 a week. How many people do you know would have a totally different life if they're just middlemaning out the jobs, and they're middlemaning out 5 or 10 jobs a week at $50 profit per job?
Yeah. Most
couples break up because of money, but the dollar amount is between $300, $400, and I believe $850 a month. Couples wouldn't break up. A lot of couples won't break up if they had an extra $800 a month coming in the house.
That's crazy.
Nuts. When I heard it, I was like, I knew it was money. I didn't know how much it was. Think of it like a business because it will keep you growing and it will keep you expanding your thought process of what you can do. You got the gear, you got the course, you got your signing agency, you got a friggin' weekend workshop every other fucking weekend. Hit the money gun, Tiger, on these fools. Hit the money gun.
You already know, baby. You already know.
That's a businessman right there. That's a business. That's elevation. So don't think about it as just a notary. You have a license to freedom.
Yeah.
Your notary license is your license to freedom.
You know, I had a few people ask me, like, you know, like what course would I recommend to do certain things, right? And I would always like say, like, you want to be a notary, you go to these guys over here. You want to be a notary entrepreneur, you go to the Notary Business School. Because one approach that I've seen that you've taken that a lot of people do not do, even myself, is that you completely show people the broad aspect of the notary, and like you don't have to do power of attorney. Look, I got apostille over here.
Which is good money.
I have fingerprinting over here.
That's my favorite service. Yeah.
Is it fingerprinting?
Oh, it's not even close. Oh yeah, I love it. Favorite service.
And you know, I have Malik Ali on here breaking it down.
That's my man.
Shout out to Malik Ali, North Carolina, out there killing it.
24
breaking in
years
10 grand, $12,000 a month doing fingerprinting. When he broke it down to me, the type of clientele, I had no clue that it was white collar professionals doing this stuff.
It's sick, dude. It's freaking sick.
And I'm like, because me personally, I run far the fuck away from the real estate side of it.
I know you don't like the calls.
Closing on the house, good for you. Right? But I will farm it out because, again, you taught me how to, be the more of a notary agency, a business owner than anything else. So I will farm that out in a heartbeat. But the fingerprinting part, I was like, wow. So when he was breaking down all of the white collar professionals that get at these doctors and, lawyers and all of these other
CPAs, nurses, people who get their gun license. People need those fingerprints. And the cool thing about it, T, is a lot of companies need to fingerprint their employees, and they fingerprint like 5, 6, 7 employees at one time. And here's something important. Your girl from California in the chat, she said that she loves closings. That's the great thing about this industry. You can pick your lane and rock out with just your lane and make 10 grand a month, 5 grand a month, 4 grand a month, 12 grand a month. You can just do loan closings and rock out. You can just do fingerprinting and rock out. You could do a little bit of everything and rock out. There are so many different avenues. So some people say to me, is it saturated or can I do this here? I was like, dude, you don't even know. You just gotta pick your lane and just go all in on what you're doing.
You see what California Notary said?
20 bands a month?
Bro, this was...
Holy shit, congrats.
Renee is a unique breed. She is a unicorn. She seeked me out. She saw a video that we had did together, right? Which was, I think, like 3 years ago. And she was very adamant. She was like, hey, look, I want you to coach me on this. We still talk. She helped me out so much on my end of the business. Like now I'm like the student and she's the coach on some shit, right?
That's a beautiful way.
She like it's so dope. The relationship is so dope. And her numbers just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. And now she's looking at buying real estate, bro.
Shout out Renee.
She's a gunner, man. Absolute rock star, man.
I love it. Shout out to Renee. 20 bands a month.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
145 orders a month, 20K. We just got this. Congrats, sis.
That's because of you, brother. That's because of your ass, man.
Just honored to have a small role.
You see that? You see that? This is like Avatar and shit, man. Like we all connected here.
And this is and another thing I get, T, is about the competition thing. Her 20 grand a month is taken away from no one else's money. People don't realize how many people need notaries, fam. Oh, can I do this? Get away from limited thinking. That's the best thing you could do. Have focused thinking, but not limited thinking. To where you're growing in increments and you're growing in stages. You could kill it so many different ways if you don't think too small. Now, don't think too big at first. Like grow a little bit to get there. But there's money, serious money to make. You said it, I think in one of our webinars, that this is $1 million industry.
Billion
Billion-dollar industry.
Billion-dollar industry, bro.
Like, there's money to make. It ain't going nowhere.
There's no shortage.
Zero.
No shortage. And while we're talking about that, we need to go into we're gonna tap into the Hatchett's Way podcast.
Oh.
We're about to transition into the Hatchett's Way podcast, ladies and gentlemen, where he talks about entrepreneurship on a level that I've never heard anybody else break it down the way you do, bro. So let's go into that, man. So let me ask you this, man. What do you see in the future for entrepreneurship, the state of Black America, everything that's going on right now, man? Like, I'd love to get your insight on that.
I'm gonna do a deep dive. And Farley gotta go. So bye, honey. Thank you for coming. Talk to you later. Love
Shout out to you, Farley.
Everybody say bye to Farley if you can, please.
Look familiar?
Hey! She got the rest of the Smart Notary. Bump, bump.
Bye, babe.
Hi.
The Hatchett's Way podcast, entrepreneurship for the Black community in general. I haven't seen a better time in the history of my 38 years to be a Black entrepreneur. So going back to Buy Black NYC, which was my first public figure-ish business per se, one of the reasons we did it was to change the stigma of buying Black. That was one reason we did that. I was like, okay, Black business customer service sucks. All right, but the Chinese store has bulletproof fucking glass, my nigga. Like, what are we doing here? They got bulletproof glass there.
Right.
So we want to make it easy to buy Black. We want to take away the excuses that you can't find a business to go to. We were going around to stores, asking them were they Black owned, adding them to the directory for free at first. I was going around with a cell phone doing the Black Business Challenge. Like this was a whole full-fledged movement. And the idea was to get the notions, of course we aren't perfect, but damn it, like, come on. Like, we ain't that bad. So to just make it as simple as possible, take away the excuses, and to just get us to work together more. So now I got pushback from our people, a lot of my friends.
Okay.
Oh, what if it was called Buy White NYC? What would you say? Well, it was called the Yellow Pages. So I got pushback from our people, T, and they didn't get it. We as a community do our best work usually when we are dealt with racism up front. When cops go off and pump some lead in us, that's when we come together more. Oh, now I'm gonna boycott. We treat the Black business like we do the side woman or the side guy.
Wow.
You call that guy you're dating when you're mad at your boyfriend. You call that girl when your girl goes away on vacation. That's how we were treating Black businesses. So I just was trying to do just my small way to just change around the narrative. So now, here we are. Yo, Tech, what up, Tech? So now here we are, 2021. Buying from Black is common. Buying from Black is, for a lot of us, our first option. And for a lot of industries, our only option. Tech, I'm sure that Tech has true detergent in the crib right now. I'm sure he got a bottle or two of that at the crib right now. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a bunch of 4 Black entrepreneurs, old veterans, who have a laundry detergent called True Detergent. I'm ecstatic. I'm loving it. And I feel that is the first time that it's not a trend for a lot of us. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
When we buy Black more, we're able to hire more, we're able to grow more. My girl who was just here, she could quit her job, 1, because she's learning this business, 2, because she would just work with me.
Okay.
That means something to me.
Yeah.
That's some real shit for me, T. So I'm thoroughly enjoying where we're at as a people, T. I'm loving it. And for me to see where it was just 7 years ago, 8 years ago, to where we are now, I feel proud. I feel proud of our people.
You know, a lot of people don't know, man, you're pioneering a lot of behind the scenes shit. You know how I know, bro? Because I'll go check them out and I'll see like Andre Hatchett's behind this. I was like, what the fuck is? God damn! I love it because you're giving so many young millennials a platform where they didn't even think was available to them, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, I don't have to be on the corner. I don't have to play sports to be successful. I can actually talk about something with substance, deliver content, deliver products, and have nothing to do with drugs or sports. We remember when we were growing up, like it was sports, drugs, and entertainment, right?
It was a cool thing to do. Like, that's where the money was at.
And now it's like we can talk about stocks. We could talk about buying real estate, which you have the Black Notary. The Black Real Estate School. You're bringing on different entrepreneurs. You have your podcast now. You're doing in-person podcasts, which is freaking amazing. You know, even during this whole pandemic, where a lot of people were scared of doing those things. You have the Hatchett's Way podcast. Like, you guys follow him, man. Bree, put up a couple of posts up there. Bree is my go-to, my executive assistant. Put some links up there for them to follow Andre Hatchett, his Instagram, everything. You know, like, because this guy.
Does she do your fly-ass flyers that you've been
she's,
Yo, Bree, you cold with the flyers. You cold.
She's the one that created the whole Time magazine flyer and everything, you know, and we're big fans of what you do. Like, we always talk about, like, Andre is just doing, so let's make sure that we give him the proper light and everything, because you're our inspiration on this end. You know what I mean?
It, sir. I appreciate it.
So let's go into, like, you guys could start doing some Q&A if you guys want to go on live with Andre Hatchett.
Yes.
That is, you know, just type in I want to go live, and I'll do some what's that guy's name, man? That relationship doctor or relationship guy, Kevin Samuels.
I know him, you know.
Do you really?
I know him personally. I met Farley in his Facebook group.
Yo, that dude is lit. He has no filter whatsoever.
Zero filter. You know the thing about him? People have a view of him that's not positive. He's a cool ass dude.
Yeah,
he's cool as hell, and he's really funny.
I love it, man. I love it. I actually did a parody on my Facebook Live. I called it Tiger Samuels and shit.
Oh, I gotta.
I basically told people why they, you know, how to pick a stripper for your side chick and how to do it correctly. I was fucking around though, you know what I mean? Okay, so we got Alexis. Alexis wants to go live. All right, Alexis, I'm asking you to unmute. You are live and on the air with Kevin Samuels.
Alexis, what up?
Hi, how are you? Hi, Andre. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you as well, Alexis. How you feeling?
Um,